So we're on this one-child trip, and we're there, and they've got this thing set up for us, right? We're gonna go to a Hope Center in the morning. We're gonna go to a Hope Center in the afternoon. We're gonna have lunch in the middle. We're gonna hang out and sort of debrief with all the other pastors that went there in the evening and stuff like that. And it was really good. On the second day, we're going out and we see this Hope Center, and they're like, okay, so we can either do lunch like we did yesterday and then go to the Hope Center, which is what's scheduled, or we can go ahead and skip lunch and do it later. And we decided it's so stinking hot, like I'd rather just wait when it gets cooler to eat, because it's just so hot right now, I don't want to eat. And they're like, okay, there's a church there, but let's go ahead and go anyways. So we go to this Hope Center, and we pull up, and this is sort of like a compound, right? Like there's a couple different buildings, and we see a guy outside. He's there working with the church, and we're like asking him questions. He's from a church in Indiana, and he's like, yeah, we've been here a few times. I really love the organization. I love this Hope Center and what they're doing, because this Hope Center purifies water. They have a water purification system, so they can help out the entire community. They can help raise money to support their kids. They can, just make everything better in the community. So we're like, oh, that's really cool. And then we go over and we walk through this compound. We see the church people working there, and they're putting up like their handprints on the wall, and they're doing different things. And I'm standing next to this door, and this door right here. And I'm just sort of standing there. You're sort of watching the other church go on, right? And then I hear this voice. And as I'm standing there, I hear this voice, and she says, this can't be right. And I hear it again. It just can't be right. And I turn, and there's this woman looking at me, and I'm looking at her, and when you see somebody that you normally see in one place, and all of a sudden you're seeing them in a different place, and it's like, you don't fit here in my brain, and your brain's sort of like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm looking at this woman in her eyes, and my brain says, you know this woman, but I don't have any idea who she is. And she was like, Scott, it's you, right? And I realized at that point, this is my cousin from Indiana, who was on her first ever mission trip. She left her son at home. She decided, I'm going to trust God, and I'm going on this mission trip. And she goes to this mission trip. They're staying at the same hotel we are. And she told me, Scott, I've been so anxious, so anxiety-ridden. I haven't been able to go to dinner. I haven't been able to eat any food. She said, I just go back to my room and pray, God, help me. Send me help. God, just send me help. And I turn around, and here you are. And you're like, you got to be kidding me. Like, God, I am the help that you sent. She's really in trouble, obviously. But we look back, and we got all these people, all the people from her church are like, who's this man that you're hugging? What's going on? And all the pastors are with me. It was like, who's this woman that you're hugging? And we finally stop, and after we're hugging and stuff like that, I'm like, this is my cousin. It wasn't but a couple years ago, she's sending me messages. I just joined a church. I need to buy a Bible. What kind of Bible do I buy? And I'm working through what type of Bible she should buy. And she's asking these questions about Scripture, and she's so excited about her church, and she just got baptized, and she's going into connection groups, and she's starting to take these different things. And the people at her group, they get back to the hotel that night, and they're like, I saw that guy at dinner last night. I saw him at breakfast this morning. Everybody saw me but her. And she's just back praying, God, send me help. And if we would have done our regular schedule, if we would have gone to lunch and then the Hope Center, I would have missed him. But God arranged something that day, and I don't know why. And I don't know why he chose to do it that way, but I feel like God's got something going on with this one child. I feel like God's got something going on in the Dominican Republic, and I feel like we need to partner with them. It's funny, this picture right here, her church sent me this. This is her putting her hand up on the wall when we're walking through. In the very back, I'm back there walking around the corner. She has no idea. Has no idea that God was arranging things that I didn't even know.